a conversation with, which is fine. The only issue was that those world leaders had long been dead. And that would throw people off, you know. He'd be up there and he'd be like, I just had a conversation the other day with Chancellor Olaf. And people were like, Chancellor Olaf died 30 years ago. And they were like, oh no. Oh no, Joe Biden, oh no. And everyone's like, he's senile, he's got dementia, oh no, oh no, oh no. I understand why people thought that. I also should let you know, full disclosure, so we're completely honest in this room. I am biased, okay? I'm biased because I've met Joe Biden. I met him at an event called the White House Correspondents' Dinner, okay? And this event, you're there, the president is there. Because of the security and everything, you have to get there well ahead of time. So you spend time, you get to meet the president, you have a long conversation with him and the first lady, and then later on in the evening, you have another conversation, then after that, you have another conversation, and then after the event, you have another conversation. So in the span of like 5-6 hours, I got to speak to Joe Biden frequently. And I have nothing to gain from telling you this. The man's not running for president or anything. He's done. He's fully corpus mentis. He was with it. You know, slight speech impediment, yes, but otherwise he was with it. You know, he could recall information. He kept up with the conversation. He was with me. He was lucid. It was fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would talk to me like, hey, Trevor, you know, another thing in the country, and the things I dream for as Americans, and you do that thing, and it was fine. It's not like he talked to me, and then like 3 hours later came back, and he was like, Jackie Robinson! That didn't happen. You know? So I don't know, I'll be honest, I have a different theory. I think, I don't think Joe Biden has dementia. I don't think he's senile. I just think Joe Biden is old. But I think he's so old that he can communicate with the other side. We don't consider that. But he's basically in that space between. That should have been their campaign, actually. Yeah, instead of saying he's not old, they should have doubled down. They should be like, you're damn right Joe Biden's old. He's the oldest president this country's ever had, and you should be grateful. Who better to protect the Constitution than someone who was there when they were writing it? But now he's out. Now he's out. And I'll be honest, I'm happy for him. I'm happy that Joe Biden gets to go out like this. I think, again, as an old person, you should have a dignified end. You know, I think we've robbed old people of that in society, you know, capitalism and whatever. It's like, no, it's nice to, like, you go, you've lived your life, you've done your thing, relax now, you know? And Joe Biden feels more relaxed. I don't know if you've seen him recently. He just has, like, a different swag to him now. He just, you know? Yeah, it just feels like someone, like, loosened up the joints, you know? Because, like, before, when you saw Joe Biden, he was a little precarious, you know? When you see him, like, walk, he didn't, like, inspire confidence. Like, he like, stumbly, and, you know what I mean? He always looked like a late-stage Jenga tower, like, you know? Which is probably why the Secret Service wasn't so good at protecting Trump or him. Like, it's just, like, in their defense, they've been protecting geriatrics for the past decade. Of course, they're not in practice. You know, like, when they're protecting young presidents, they're like, all right, everybody, look out for the shooter. Look out, because the danger's up. That's where you gotta look. You gotta look up there. You gotta look. When you're protecting old people, you're just like, all right, look at the ground. Where's the stairs? Where's the stairs? Where's the stairs? Look out, Mr. President. There's a dog that's shot here. Hold on, hold on. Come on, come on. He's got a different sort. Joe Biden's got he's got a vibe now, man. The other day he was at it was like a little, not a rally, it was just a meeting with like a community somewhere. Some were Biden supporters, some weren't. He's just walking around greeting everyone. Hey, how you doing over there? Good, good to see you. How you doing? How you doing? And there's a guy sitting wearing a Trump hat, right? Wearing a Trump hat. And Joe Biden comes like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, man? And he's like, I don't like you. And Joe Biden's like, oh yeah? I don't like you either. And I was like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? He's like, oh yeah, I don't like you either. I don't like you. He's like, you're old. He's like, oh, you want to talk? Look at you, you're old. And he just started like trading with this guy. Back, wasn't presidential. He wasn't like, oh, well, I see why you feel. He's like, nah, man, you old as shit. Look at your face. Like, goddamn. He's like, you old. You're just old. I'm old and I'm president, bitch. He just had like a different like vibe to him. You're like, what? What? And the guy was wearing a Trump hat, and then he said something to Biden, something along those lines. He's like, yeah, that hat. And Joe Biden's like, come on, wear my hat. And he's like, no. He's like, would you wear this one? And Joe Biden's like, yeah, I'll wear your hat. Give me the hat. And he takes the hat, and he puts the Trump hat on. And he's like, yeah. And that guy, you should have seen that guy's face. He was like, wah. Because he thought maybe like Biden would like burn or something. I don't know. Just turned to, he was like, wah. He's like, I like you a lot more now. And then Joe Biden just walked away. He just had like his swag. He's like, all right, man, I see you, man. I'm happy for him. That's how everyone deserves to leave, you know? It's nice. And now it means he's out of it, but we're in it. You know, now the world, everyone in the world, because America's elections are the world's elections. You know, now see what happens. Now it's Kamala Harris instead. Yeah, that's good. Oh, is it a woo? Is it a woo for you? Okay. Wait. But what does it mean? What is it? Woo like I'm excited, or woo it's gonna happen?
It's happening.
It's happening. Damn, look at you. All right. Where do you live? Phoenix. Oh, damn. Okay, that's Arizona's important. Oh no, Arizona's important. Because if you said like New York, I'd be like, rah. But if you say you're feeling it and it's in Phoenix, okay. Because Kamala Harris is not going to be easy. I hope everyone understands that. You know, America has not shown itself to have a propensity to voting for new things. It really has not. And this is very new. Very, very new. You know, because Kamala Harris is a woman. Yes. And she's black. And Indian. Yeah. Now you realize Obama was level 1. America was so proud of itself. Thought it had clocked the game. That was the easiest level in the game. It was like Mario Brothers level 1. It was like, let's do this thing. Blip, 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 whoop, Hawaii, blip, 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 whoop, Hussein, blip, 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 whoop, Kenya, blip, 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 crook, 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 yes we can, blip, 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 blip. I was like, yeah, we did it, we did it, we did it, yeah, woo. And then Kamala Harris stepped up, and then it was like, blip, 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 blip. Blip, 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 blip. Blip, 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 blip. Oh, man. Oh, man. You guys have been so much fun, man. Thanks for coming out tonight. I had a great time with all of you. Good night, y'all.
One more time, man. Show some love, man. Trevor Noah.
Have you seen him lately? Oh, man. He's back. He's back and better than ever before, you know? The last few months have been so taxing on him. People fighting with him in Parliament, shouting things at him. He's been stressed, sitting in a corner, quiet, all to himself. And then he found out that he would be paying nothing, absolutely nothing for the upgrades at Ngandla. And he walked into Parliament, a new man. Had a bounce in his step. He had his swag back. Jacob 2.0. I mean, he's still doing the same things, making the same mistakes, but now he has a certain level of panache. I saw him mess up a speech the other day. Stumbled on a word like he always does. This time, though, he didn't frown. He didn't get stressed. He just worked through it. Until we can clearly see the arm. Red mabble. Marble red premeditated. Just came back and he handled it. I love how he just stepped away and did the cutest little, I don't even know what he was doing there. He just does like a little, almost like he's just moving his brain to the other side of his head. Like he knows when it's in the wrong place, it doesn't, he just shook it up. And he came back in. the way he handled the scandal was powerful. We thought for sure that Nkandla would be his downfall, and yet Jacob Zuma took something so serious, he turned it into a joke and threw it back in our faces.
Where we are clearly living in a place where there is a poverty of politics, people asking questions, but they don't want answers, questions, more answers. We're investigating, they ask again, questions, more answers. Then in Parliament, we're here, point of order, yes, Nkandla. Thixo waseGeorge Koch.
Who's this guy? Huh? He's just shrugging it off, evading, maneuvering. Never mind the Nkandla joke. I love the fact that he rolled his eyes. That blew my mind. I've never seen Jacob Zuma do that. He looked over and he was like, oh. When did Jacob Zuma start rolling his eyes? That's not something he does. Jacob Zuma doesn't roll his eyes, guys. Yeah, in fact, presidents don't roll their eyes. It's not a very presidential thing to do in Parliament, to roll your eyes at the opposition. Even the most defiant rulers in the world don't roll their eyes. When the UN is telling the leader of North Korea to stop making nuclear weapons, you don't see Kim Jong-un going, oh, whatever. You don't roll your eyes. But Jacob Zuma did. And he did it in style. I want to know where he learned it, how he learned it. Has he been doing this for a while? Yeah, because rolling your eyes is part of an attitude. You don't just roll your eyes. If you roll your eyes, you got that sass, you bitchy, you know? Is he doing more than that? Now I see Jacob in a totally different light. Now I'm picturing him hanging out with the rest of the ANC comrades, chatting about these problems. President, they want to know where's the money, Mr. President. Where did the money go? And he's like,
I'm in really, guys. Over and over, they keep asking me. I mean, literally, I'm dying now. Like, can't they get over it? Like that music guy, get a life already. Jeez, just because you hang with white chicks. I mean, please, whatever.
Is that what he's doing? And if he is, where did he learn that? Where do you learn to roll your eyes at that age? That's what I want to know. It's not your friends. It's not your colleagues. It's probably your kids. Yeah, you learn bad habits at home. Jacob Zuma probably learned it from one of his children in the house. One of his daughters, maybe. She was going out for a night with her friends, caught her as she was leaving.
Hey, Wentombazan, where are you going dressed like that?
Dad, I told you, I'm going out with my friends. I'm going to a party.
First of all, you are already in a party. Secondly, no daughter of mine will dress like that. Go and change.
Oh, Dad, what are you doing? You're killing me. Come on, why are you doing this? I can dress however I want. I'm old enough.
Hey, you will do as I say. As long as you are living under my roofs, which I have paid for with other people's monies, you will obey me. Go and change.
Oh, Dad, come on. Why are you doing this? Everyone else dresses like this. All the other kids do it.
Are all the other kids my children?
You never know.
Eh? Don't come in this house with that DA attitude. Go and change now.
Whatever.
What was that? What did you just do?
I didn't do anything, Daddy.
Don't lie to me. I saw it. You did something with your eyes. It looked like the Undertaker. But they came back. What was that?
I just rolled my eyes, Dad.
Girl, it made me feel so insignificant. What you did there made me feel like you did not acknowledge the seriousness of this situation. can you teach me how to do that? Yeah, like, it's easy. Like, you just roll your eyes. If someone says something you don't like, then you're just like, whatever. Whatever. No, Dad, whoa, that's too much. It's too much. You just gotta loosen up, you know? Just be like, whatever. Whatever. I think I got it. No, you don't have it, Dad. You're rolling your head. You're supposed to roll your eyes. And my eyes are where? Exactly.
And he was off. Ready to roll, baby. And he did. He rolled straight into Parliament. Shut it down. Turned Nkandla into a joke. You can't bring Nkandla up anymore. It's over now. You say Nkandla in Parliament, people laugh at you. Yeah, immediately. What about Nkandla? It's done. It's done. Just, I love it so much.